An angle bisector is a ray that divides an angle into two, not right, congruent angles. If you remember, I told y'all, if angles are congruent, they're going to have little arches or arcs. So these are congruent. If I were to say this whole thing was 100 degrees, this right here is an angle bisector. That means it cut this in half. So if you want to write that right below it, cuts in half. What would each of these angles be? 50 degrees and 50 degrees. And do you agree 50 plus 50 is 100? That is what an angle bisector is. This right here says if OB bisects angle AOC, what is congruent? Angle AOB is congruent to what? Angle BOC. This is again left equals right. For angle bisector, the left equals the right. So last week on Friday, we talked about left plus right equals whole. If it's a bisector, left equals right. AOB, this left side, is half of what? AOC, of your whole thing. So this 50 is half of the whole thing. What about COA? That's my whole thing. That is 2 times. You could do, angle COB or angle AOB. It doesn't matter which one you choose. It is 2 times the inside angles. So let's open up our notes. And let's do some examples. We have 5 examples today. Okay, if it says this word bisects, everybody box the word bisects. When you see this word bisects, you can automatically add your arches to each side or each angle. What does that tell you? It's cutting it in half. They're going to be the same. Okay, anytime you see the word, remember how last time we saw the word midpoint, we did the ticks? This time you see the word bisects, you can do the arches. So it tells you AOC. What is AOC? The whole thing is what? 110. How do I find AOB and BOC? What am I going to do? Divide it by 2. What is 110 divided by 2? 55. So this is 55 degrees and this is 55 degrees. AOB is 55 and so is BOC. And then you can check yourself. What's 55 plus 55? So you know you got it right. What about my next one? Again, OB bisects. I see this word bisects. What can I do? Add your arches. And it says AOB, A to O to B. You have to be sure you read this. Is 33 degrees. Well, if AOB is 33 degrees, what is BOC? BOC is also 33 degrees. Why? Because we have arches. What does that mean? They're the same. What is AOC? What is my whole thing gonna be? 33 plus 33 is 66 degrees. Do you agree the left side equals the right side? Yeah. Write this down, please. Samuel, you with me? You good? All right, next one, we're going to get a little bit more complicated. OB bisects. Again, I see the word bisects, so I'm going to add the arches. And this time it says AOB is 4x plus 4, and BOC is 80. Well, what do I do to create an equation? What do I know? Left equals right. If this is 80, what's this right here? So can I make this equal 80? Because they're the same. And that's your equation. 4x plus 4 equals 80. How do I find x? I'm going to draw my line and get rid of my side check. I'm going to minus 4. What you do to one side? And that's going to leave me 4x equals 76. What do I do next? What is 76 divided by 4? It is 19 even? Mm-hmm. Ooh, awesome. I love when it's even like that. It is 19. So x equals 19. Now, what's the next question asked for? So we could replace x, but don't we already know what's this angle? What's this angle? So replacing x would be basically for me to check. What is 4x plus 4? I'm just going to make sure that works. 4, 19 plus 4. Did I get 80? Yeah. So I know I got it right. But what's AOC? What's the whole thing? 80 plus 80 is 160 degrees. Do I have any questions? No? Okay, for this next one, in my opinion, is not very difficult. However, one of the trickiest questions that y'all are going to see on your test. Look at example 4. I'm going to give y'all, I just want y'all to read what it's giving you and label your picture, please. Read what it's giving you and label your picture, and then you're going to check with me. Just label your picture. Did you see the word bisects and add arches? If you did not, please add arches. This says RST is 5x minus 3. What is RST? The whole thing, the whole thing is 5x minus 3. RSX is 21. Did y'all label it like this? What else do you know? If this is 21, what's this? 21. So what is the whole thing actually? What is this actually going to add up to? Why is it going to add up to 42? 21 times 2, or 21 plus 21. So what is my equation here? Equals Do you see how if you did not read carefully, you might have written 5x minus 3 equals 21? Be careful when you are reading the letters. That is why I make it such a big point to draw on the pictures. Because if the whole thing is 5x minus 3, it cannot equal just 21. You have to add them together. All right, let's draw our line. What do I do to get x by itself? Add 3. We have to do the opposite. So I'm going to get 5x equals 45. And then what? Divide by 5. What does x equal? 9. And we already know this answer. We don't actually have to plug in. But what is RST? What is my whole thing? 42. And why is it 42 again? 21 and 21. What questions can I answer on this one? Again, not super difficult in my opinion, but very easy to make a mistake of making that equal 21. All right, I'm going to give y'all about 2 minutes. I would like you to do example 5. Go. Label your picture. And remember, left equals right. Okay. Did you see the word bisects and draw your arches? Next we have OMN. I don't know why that's a capital M. That should be a lowercase m. OMN. Did you put 4x minus 12 on the bottom one? If you did not, you were not paying attention and reading. Put that on the bottom. LMO was x plus 24. And what do I need to do here? Do I know what the whole thing is? Nope. So what do I got to do? Left equals right. Now, because this is 4x and it's bigger, I'm actually going to put this first. But you could switch it around and you would still get it right. I'm going to draw my line. What do we notice? What do we see? 2 x's on same side or different sides? What do? We subtract. So I'm going to put a 1 in front of that. Do y'all agree that's 1x? And I'm going to subtract 1x. And what you do to one side? What is 4x minus 1x? And now this is just your basic side check problem. What am I going to do now? And what do you get for x? 12. This wants LMN. What's LMN? The whole thing. Well, I got to figure out what each one are first. What do I do to figure out each individual one? Plug in. What is 12 plus 24? 36. And let's make sure this one is 2. What is 4 times 12 minus 12? It's 36 as well. So if each of them are 36, how do I find the whole thing? 72 degrees. So at the end, we plugged into each one and then added them together. All right, if you can please open up to your table of contents. Did everybody get that written down? Open up to your table of contents. We are going to add in page 15. Title it Angle Bisector. And I'll bring you some glue. I'll bring you some glue in just a minute. All right. Glue this in, please. Remember, do the border and then do an X. And then you are going to do, for the rest of the class, you have about 20 minutes, a little less than 20 minutes. You have 5 questions to do on a paper and turn that in, and then you're done for today.